Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. Well, happy Friday, everybody. It is official. I decided that I kind of had a busy day and doing a bunch of stuff, and I decided I'd just go ahead and wait until the end of the monthly close. It was beautiful. So we've got some things to talk about there. We are every Wednesday I do a live stream, and that's where we can ask questions and come back and forth, chat with you guys, see what you need or whatever. So that's always fun. That's every Wednesday at 12:30 Mountain Time. And then cryptoinfluencers.com is my home base. This is where I do all my stuff. So make sure you subscribe, at least for the free channel right here. And if you're curious and you want to know how I do all of my trading, the pro channel is where I trade live in front of you guys, so you can see everything I'm doing. All right. One other thing. I got an email today from Bittrex. Bittrex has been my favorite exchange for on and off ramps, and they are kicking out US customers. It is so sad, man. I've been with them for 9 years, since 2014, and that's how I've paid all of my bills and done everything. So I'm having to kind of get creative. If you guys have recommendations, please let me know. I'm experimenting with this company. So Spritz.finance, it's by Circle. Circle's the company behind USDC, so I kind of feel like hopefully they're reputable, but they're kind of expensive. It's like literally a 2% fee to pay your bills. Just add that on for fun. I'm gonna try it. There is a $50 benefit if you use my link, so I put it in the description. But honestly, I'm open to your guys' ideas. I'm not entirely sure how the US is going to navigate this stuff. It makes me so mad. Land of the free, and we can't even use crypto, and all the banks are afraid of crypto. Oh, it's absolutely just so frustrating. Bitcoin is like absolute freedom. You have control. You have the ability to do what you want with your money at any time without permission, without middlemen. And the United States is fighting it. And it's so aggravating. Like I'm about to move to Greenland or something. But anyway, so frustrating. All right, with that behind us, let's go ahead and try our weekly close. Is this the most beautiful thing you have ever seen in your life? Oh man, this is Ethereum. Look at this close. This is perfection. On really small time frames, days, like daily setups. This is such a beautiful long entry. When you have a nice low swing low, you have a move up, you pull back and you find a higher support just above. So you've got an increasing support here, and then you start breaking resistance. So this might be a good line for weekly. Let me just check. Oh, it's on hours and months. We'll leave it on hours. That's not quite. I must be doing something else with that one. But yeah, this line is right here. It's right on the top of the monthly candle. This is our resistance. We popped down, found resistance here. We've resisted against it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months in a row. And what did we just do? We closed above it. Man, it's so good. Oh, this is amazing. And our line is at 1681. So that's actually fairly high in this grand scheme of things. I mean, we were trading around 1700 not long ago. On the daily, you can see this has been our resistance line, and it's just above 17. So that means that our monthly support is right in 16, like really close to this. It could be this wick here. So we are moving on. Our bull market is already happening. It's underway. It's been underway ever since we left the red zone right here. But man, this monthly close is phenomenal. It's so good. We're ready to move on. Our first monthly resistance is this line here. Not only is it the 20, because the 20 is at 2284, but that's where we have our first support here. So this will be resistance. 22. Yeah, the close was 2275, and this 20 is at 2284. So there is absolutely nothing stopping us. We could totally do this within the next monthly candle. Yeah, it's phenomenal. This close was beautiful. And then looking at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin monthly close, we just exited the yellow zone on Bitcoin. The one and only yellow zone we've ever had on Bitcoin. We have never ever had a yellow zone in the history of Bitcoin, and we have been in it for. So when you're in a yellow zone and you move out and slip back in the same month or in the next candle, this is a technical rejection. So we have been in the yellow zone for 8 months. So the bear market's been longer than that, but 8 months has been our sideways consolidation under our 50-month moving average. We just closed above. This is unbelievable. Oh man. So we are moving on. We are moving on to bigger and better things. So this is Binance USDT. Man, look at the volumes. How much they've picked up. Lots of volume on Binance nowadays. It's practically the only place to trade anymore. Sheesh. Thanks, US. So aggravating. Man, I'm not going to get over that for a few days. Oh, man. But anyway, this is a phenomenal close. Exiting the yellow zone. Resistance could be at the 20 at about 32,000 and then potentially 35. But we are moving on. So there are some really, really awesome developments happening as far as price and the direction of our market. So those things are interesting. Well, there was something I was speculating about earlier today. And you guys tell me what you think. This is my historical with the halvings. And you know what? I'll go weekly so that we can kind of zoom out and get some little bit more granularity on our market. This is what is so interesting. At the beginning, back in 2012 and 13 and 14, we had our blow off top in December of 2013, and the market just went absolutely vertical. $5 all the way up to $1,000. This was the craziest thing to live through. I can't even tell you. Prices were around $12 when I started Bitcoin back in 2012. That's when I began, and I watched it go to 1,000. It was unreal. And then it just crashed so hard. It was just wild, just absolutely crazy. But massive blow off top. And then in 2017, we just kept climbing and kept climbing and kept climbing. We tried to fall and we bounced back. We tried to fall, we bounced back. It just kept going. And then we had this massive blow off top up here. Well, then things got weird because in 2020, 2021 and 2022, no, it was all 2021. This entire thing, we did not get a blow off top. you can tell that it's a blow off top because, let me step back to the monthly again, just so we can zoom in a little bit further. But look at this month. This month is 450%. That is a blow off top. And then this month, it might not look like much, but we opened this candle at $10,000. And then our high was 20. So this was a 100% gain. We doubled in this candle right here. I have log scale on, that's why it doesn't look like that. But this is what it looks like. You can just see how we moved up, and then this giant candle, huge. We doubled the price, and then we came back down. So we had this huge blow off top to end our 2017 rally. This was also December. So we had a December and a December. So there was a lot of anticipation that December was going to be it. That's why I got fouled. I really thought we were going to keep moving up on Bitcoin. And that's because we had this move here. And this was early in the year, April. And then we started heating up in October. Had we broken here, we really could have had a blow off top. And that would have been December. But instead, we pulled back, and then our whole thing fell apart, and we started our bear market. So I missed this one pretty bad. Just didn't see it. But this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. All this time, we've been kind of speculating on how does the market react from the bottom to the halving, and from the bottom to the halving. This was a 300% move back here. This one was a 200% move. So far, our average is about a 2.5x. Let's just take it. We'll just look and see. From this bottom, 200% would put us at 46 or 47,000. 250 brings us to about 55, and a 300 would be 62. This is like getting close to all-time high. So, that's all well and fine. This is what's weird though. So if you take the bottom here, our bottom, and go to our top before the halving, this was 400%. So this was a 4x from bottom to top. If you grab the kind of the top point before the halving, and then the halving, of course, it has historically been pretty wild. Well, from the bottom to our highest point wasn't at the halving; it was way before, and this was 334%. So from bottom to top, 334%. Even if we went down proportionally, so let's just say, what is 334% of 400? So we're decreasing by 83%. So let's multiply that by our 334. Potentially, if we decreased at the same speed, our increase should be 278% from the bottom, right? So how does that look? 278% is roughly 60,000. So the question is do we get overheated and hit 60,000 before the halving? Well, another way to look at this is what did we do to cool off from our top? So our top here says that we only cooled down about 30 or 33% in the original. And then this was the first wild, move. If you take it from the 2017 and we go down to our overextended wild spike up, it was about 30%, right in there, 30%. So from the top to our kind of overexcited, overheated area, from the tops, it's pretty consistent. In fact, from the bottoms, it's pretty consistent, if you ask me. I mean, if you go from bottom to the highest point, at some point, we're thinking 300%. Well, if we're at 300%, we're talking about 60. Well, this is the number everyone keeps throwing out. So if we take the top and we go down 30%, the 30% number is about 48. Most people are speculating that around 48 to 45, that's probably as high as we can possibly get before the halving. And that kind of puts us in that range. But is it possible that we go all the way up to, could we go an additional $12,000? And part of the reason is that we don't have a blow off top to measure from. Question is if we had a blow off top, where would we have gone? This is pure speculation. Like in the last month, we went up 100%. So where's our highest point? This would have been, our highest point was 60. Our highest close was about 60, 61. If we had 100% move from there, that puts us at 120,000. So if we had 120,000 as our blow off top, so we're not measuring it from the top, we're measuring it from our blow off top. If we had had a hypothetical blow off top, if we pull back 30% from there, it's 83,000. That's an all-time high. There is just a little bit of unknown surrounding how high we could go. Most people are like, no, we're gonna keep it here. But honestly, if we're already at 30,000, we're almost there. So the question is do we go another 50% and then we're done? I don't know. Like, I don't think so. It feels like we've had such a grueling bear market, and there are so many bears in our market. There's still people that are in absolute disbelief, and they're having a hard time getting on board with any move to the upside. It's just so many bears. And then add to that how much cash is on the sidelines. There's a lot of money on the sidelines because everyone's scared of the S&P, like the stock market. Everyone's been pulling out, waiting for this giant, horrible, devastating depression. Like, there are people even talking about depression, not even recession. And so there's a ton of cash on the sidelines. Most people are in disbelief on this crypto rally, and there's a lot of money sitting out there on the sidelines. If we finally start moving up to 40 and 50, there's going to be some serious FOMO, and there is a lot of cash on the sidelines. And it's not going to be retail FOMOing in. It's people with money. It's going to be institutions. Institutions can FOMO just as bad as individuals. There's a lot of dumb money managers that are like 30 years old that have just graduated got their degree, and they're in charge of millions and millions of dollars of money, and they don't know what they're doing. You think that they all do, but they don't. And so the question is, what does this look like? The market loves to throw a wrench at you. We've already done a slow rise. That's probably off the table because there's no slow sanity. The reason this moved up so slowly is no one could believe it. Nobody could believe that we were moving on. I remember that time. This was still back when Bitcoin was an experiment. And after we dropped this far, people were like, it's over. Like, it was so early in Bitcoin that nobody knew it would be worth anything close to what it is today. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and people were taking profits all over the place because they had doubled or tripled their money and they were out. And the holders just, it was unbelievable. This was really weird. And because we've had this experience, people now know that Bitcoin has legs when it goes. And that's why we went early this time. Once we started going, they're like, oh, this is the beginning of the big, massive run up forever and ever and ever, because that's what we just experienced. And it got too hot, and then we pulled back. Well, we're probably going to get too hot. And if we do get too hot, the numbers that we will likely put in will probably be between the 50 and 60 land, 50 and 60 price range. Another reason that's very likely is if you go to, if you just look at how we reacted when we broke out of the yellow zone. So this was our yellow zone, and this was the highest point after halving. This was 168% gain. So this is more than double. This is double and a half. And then if you take this one from the exit of the yellow zone and you go to the highest point, this was 139%. So this was more than double from the exit. And so we just barely on the weekly did the same thing. And if we exited the yellow zone, 168% is all-time high. And this doesn't seem believable, right? Because here we could double because we were still below our all-time high. But the reason why this happened was because we had a blow off top that put a really strong toppy downward pressure on this chart. We didn't get one here. So that means that there's probably a little more freedom than we think there is. I'm just saying there's a case that we could do better than we think we will. And if the market loves to throw a wrench in you and really catch you off guard, nobody's expecting a move to 50s and 60s. And if we even got this high, it would be a wild environment. So anyway, we have a phenomenal monthly close. Phenomenal. This is such a beautiful setup. We are moving off into a big move. And from the bottom, we've got 1, 2, 3 months under our belt of upside. Here we've got, if we take, let's do that. Let's do that too. So here's 3 green months off the bottom. And we'll take it from the beginning to the high. This was 156%. And then if we take this one, we finally have the bottom in, and we'll go easy. Like we'll say this is our top. So, well, it'd be more probably this one because 1, 2, 3. We'll try it on both maybe. But this was 110. Yeah, 110%. So every time we have ever started our bull market, after 3 candles, we went an additional double from there. 1, 2, 3. 110 is 60,000. Come on, man. That's insane, right? Just think about these numbers. 168 is all-time high. It's 74. We've had an insane bear market. These bear markets are brutal. And when you finally turn the corner, like we are absolutely turning the corner, and people are slow to get on, and there's a lot of money on the sidelines. Man, this is a perfect storm. I could really see us moving pretty significantly. I would not be surprised if we hit about 60 and then rejected and then came back down for some level of support before our halving. So this could be a pretty exciting year for us because we've got about a year till halving. So in the next year, we really could pull up here to about 60. And then we'd probably pull back at some level. There's probably a lot of resistance here. But Bitcoin's going to do something different. Emotionally, people aren't ready for the next move. And this is one where I don't think it's just going to be a big rejection off the 20 and we're out of here, and we just struggle. I think we're going to probably get up here. Yeah, I mean, 31,000 is only 4,000 away. I don't think that we've come up off this bottom to just fizzle out right here for another year. I don't think so. Especially for how bad the world needs crypto. I mean, when the United States, it's supposed to be the land of the free, is the most scared and controlling and domineering of like the solution to financial freedom. Like the world needs crypto more than ever. So it's stupid. Anybody who understands what it is going to be buying, especially if they have anything on the sidelines, if there's a way to do it. So anyway, phenomenal monthly close, tons of upside. I think this move will surprise a lot of people. There's so much bullishness here. And, you know, day by day, we are getting there. We have some resistance that we've been working on the daily. So we can even talk about this daily close. This move here, you've got a large candle, you've got a little red candle to pull you back, but we did not lose the 50% mark. In fact, not only did we not lose it, but we also found support on the top of this resistance. This is a perfect flip from resistance to support. And then we have a bullish engulfing candle. Like this little S, this is exactly the thing that gives you the strength to break an important line. Like we are whittling away on this. There's so much has gone into reducing the resistance at this level. It's merely psychological at this point. And so we have amazing structure here. This could really happen even in the next 24 hours. But yeah, some amazing stuff happening. Definitely a nail biter. We'll keep unpacking this. We'll keep looking at it and seeing what happens day by day. But man, what a perfect storm. It's a good time to be long Bitcoin and crypto right now, in my opinion. All right. Again, if you guys have suggestions on how to pay your bills with crypto, that is becoming a thing right now. And I would appreciate that. I'll look at all the comments and other things, or you can just, DM me on Twitter or something. All right, guys, I'll let you go. We'll catch you probably Monday. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day for me, so we'll see y'all Monday. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.